Cyber Ninja Online, guys, welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. This is chapter 11, and when we last left off, we had come into the safe house here. I'm supposed to be, I think, talking to David Fry II here. The bottom line is I think we're supposed to enter the Matrix now at this point, so that'll be interesting. Still want to leave those in our stash for now, just in case I end up using what I have. Then I can always, you know, pull those out of the stash. There's only a few guys down here. So we have to discover the identity of the Ripper, and I think we do that by talking to those two down there. So let's talk to Van Grass first and see what he has to say, if anything. Was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you. For say 20%. That leaves $2 grand for you. Deal. Pleasure doing business. This guy's just making me a shit ton of money. Whew. Alright. What we really came here for, though, let's talk to David Fry II. We have to enter the Matrix and discover the Ripper's identity. This is the only way we do it, so. Morning. You look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action, too. Could either of you two do a DNA analysis on a blood sample? Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. He considers for a moment. However, I can employ a semiconductor chip. It could it could decode DNA using voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information is still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about? I want to know the owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a Matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Give Fry the blood sample. Cyber Ninja, when David gets me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. See, you guys thought I was joking, but now we're really going into the Matrix here. Get that good into me. I don't want to flat out say that last one. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Whose blood is it? Could be the Emerald City Ripper. No Drek. He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy. You've got work to do. And Cyber Ninja, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Cyber Ninja. Some karma for us. Where are we sitting with our karma anyways? Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. Excuse me. We have enough points to upgrade our quickness again. Let's go ahead and do that. See, I did want to break into more charisma. That way I had more options. But you know what? I think I just stick with my quickness and just fucking power the shit out of that. I think that's the best call for us here. Quickness, range combat, and rifles. Will be like the deadliest street samurai out here. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and talk to Johnny Clean first. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequence system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering his first attempt. He was utilizing. Let me try to slow this down a bit, and I'll actually enunciate and pronounce these words. Holy fuck, this is a tongue twister. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal. Jesus. Apparently it wasn't. It was just me. And he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Sounds fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Alright. Yes. Maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research. But let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jacks into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you. Once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? New experience. What now? I have a Trode net here. It's a headband you wear that lets you piggyback me in the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. So pretty much we're going to be playing as Johnny Clean because we don't actually have a jack to come into. I don't really want a jack. We're a street samurai, not a guy. Your synapses lights up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation is overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine the way it feels for him. That arch will take us to the next node. So yeah, pretty much this will work the exact same way as combat does. As we're going to come to find pretty soon. So we have to go that way. There's an enemy up there. 2 enemies. White sentry IC and white sentry IC. Let's push up to here. See what they do. Okay, so they haven't noticed us yet. So that's our Overwatch. So these are the programs we can execute here. We have Killer level 1, Medic level 1, Sniffer level 1, and Suppression level 1. And these are also... These are items we can use. So this would actually make our own attacking virus here. I'm surprised I don't have... No, I just click on it. That's right. Gotta remember how to deck. It's been a while. That's a good percentage chance to hit. And we hit too. So now they notice us and they're gonna come over here for us. So that guy's gonna be a pain in the ass, but that's fine. I think I utilize this and I go for another attack on him. Yeah. I think that was the best play here. What else do I have? Let's see if I can hit the white sentry back there. I'd rather start pegging this guy off. Of course, I'm missing every fucking shot I take. But, for whatever reason, he came closer, so works for me. I can't hit this guy. Oh my god. Let's just go for another attack here. I mean, as much as I'm not really doing much to this thing, he's not really doing much to me either, so... Nice. Alright, so let's run over there. DNA match located, 100% arrests records database. Subject, Salius Forsberg. Status deceased. Profession chop shop surgical assistant. Priors breaking an entry. 2 counts. Public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusation of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. Not what we were looking for. Let's head back. I don't know if anything's just gonna jump out. I'm pretty sure not. Wasn't really a coherent sentence, that was it? This is kind of shitty for us because we're just kind of in the middle of things. Yeah, sure. He just shields them. Let me go down here to get cover. We'll try to take care of this guy first. Killer program again. 50 IP, that's not bad. I was gonna say why just low, but that's because he has his shield on. Alright, let's go ahead and check this out. Newsnet archive. Newsnet. Return on subject Salius Forsberg. The body of Salius Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body has been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled suicide. According to reports, his body a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medication and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin cannot be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to a psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, and is far too common here in the sprawl. Autopsy record here. Thought I could pull that up, but maybe not. I know it said it wanted me to leave, but I'm not done here yet. Not by any means. Maybe if I take care of these things, I can get access to this. Just gotta be careful, watch my health. There we go. Autopsy records. Subject Salius Forsberg. Notes: subject who was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medication was also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed, immediately due to disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm, no next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. I believe that's really it for the different areas we can go to. So let's get out of here. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with a living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace till they find his doctor. You in? Yeah, punch it, man. Do some more decking here. Let's just go for it. Missed, of course. It's charging. That's not a good sign. Oh my god. It's 100% charged. It's not a good sign. There we go. We got rid of him. It's not really anywhere for cover, so I'm not even going to bother. We'll just sit here and trade blows with this guy. Well, this program, I should say. There we go. Medical Board 1. Searching medical records. Sallius Forsberg. Medical records file for Sallius Forsberg located. 2020 to 2030. Pediatric record partial. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from a chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect upon the upping the dosage. That was 2020 to 2030, so 2030 to 2040. Data missing or corrupted. Contact your administrator for help. 2040 to present. Oh my god, present. The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Sallius has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him has proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimic speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason, and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him at the next session. Well, let's keep going on. I think those guys are really fucking tough to deal with, if I remember correctly. He's in half cover as well, but we'll try to attack this one. Ooh, we got the first hit in, nice. So that was definitely a mistake moving up. Oh no, they moved into half cover again still. Suppose I take that back. Nice. Good hits, good hits. Nice. Let's check out this medical board 2 here. Employment records located. Henry Hollings Holmes, MD, PhD. Let's check current employment status. Current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Check previous employers. Previous employers, 2045 to 2054, psychiatrist in residence, Mercy Mental Hospital in Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. 2040 to 2045, he was an attendant psychiatrist, Mercy Mental Hospital in Snohomish, Washington, UCS. 2030 to 2040, private practices. Alright, let's get out of here. I think we got what we need. Reality is at the end of the day contextual, and as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck to find that the Union safe house has risen. We got a bunch of karma here. Nothing we can spend just yet. Let's see if anyone has anything new. Let's see what you got. Well, it looks like you might just have some new stuff. Oh my god. FNHAR looks pretty nice. Ooh, a katana. Look at that. Not that I need a katana. I mean, what the hell am I going to use it? But Let's go for that. I got a fair bit of Nurin. I just don't know if I want to spend it all. I'm thinking maybe just buying that for now. Well, it's only 200. Yeah, let's go ahead and just buy it all. Fuck it. We'll just do it. Let's equip that. Equip that. And we'll equip that. We'll go ahead and sell him that, and that to make some of the money back. Obviously not nearly as much as we spent on it, but you have anything new? That Ganger mask is looking pretty fucking nice. Quickness +1 and HP +5. Oof. Was there always this? No, there was. This armor wasn't always like this. It was a kunai ninja suit. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely got more armor too. I can go for the one that grants strength +1, HP +5, or I can get the quickness +1. I think I want the quickness +1. That makes the most sense to me. Right on. Alright, let's get rid of that other outfit now though. The alley punk. Why is that in my stash and not in my equipment? I ask. I did sell the right gun, didn't I? It's gonna suck if I didn't. Yeah, that's the right one. That's the FNHAR. I think that's about it for conversations. So who do I want to talk to? Johnny and Fry about the case. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Salius Forsberg. Now, I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Cyber Ninja? Maybe Sally has faked his death. That's a distinct possibility. What was it that we saw in the autopsy report? The face was so mangled that they had to use dental records to identify him. Good catch. That matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of your teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss, swap the teeth, and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. But why would he need to go to those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. True. Wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Salius left all of his belongings to a doctor, Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his files matches the person you saw downtown. The same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being a killer, whoever he really is. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Please pay on my respects. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go loaded for bear. I side loaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. See you later. So he just gave me a shit ton of money, which is nice. Because I basically just spent a good portion of my money getting some needed upgrades, obviously. Let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Delilah. As my voice gives out. If you're looking for runners again, I'm your guy. Discreet service only. Who's on your pay cut here that I could hire? Ooh, Shannon's there still. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe going with that same team we used last time because that worked out for us pretty well. I mean, she was the only weak link there, but still, she held her own. I did like having, she was pretty useful, especially with having, neither of those. There was that other thing, the tagging one, and he was definitely useful, so I think we'll go with those three again. It was definitely a good squad we ran with. I feel like we did, good work. Mercy Mental Hospital. The blood you found at the warehouse belongs to a man masquerading as one Dr. Holmes. You've tracked him to Mercy Mental Hospital, located in the notoriously anti-meta-human farmlands of Snohomish. The drive to the hospital is long and unpleasant. Finally, you reach the walled and gate hospital compound. Despite the pretense of security, the gate is unguarded, unlocked, and open. No one stops or greets you as you drive up to the large crumbling building. Gothic ramparts top a damaged roof, cracked walls, and broken windows. All around the building is a lawn gone wild. Only the artificial light from within speaks of inhabitants. You walk up to the hospital steps to confront Sam Watt's killer and bring an end to the Emerald City Ripper. Let's see. We're definitely ready for this. The game is just getting better and better. I do know that I have unspent karma, but it's not enough yet. I need at least 7 so I can continue on, and I only have 6 right now. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy here. Receptionist. Welcome, sir. What business brings you to Mercy Mental Hospital? I'm here to see Holmes, Dr. Holmes. Ah, a new customer. Please wait in the common room up ahead. I'll notify the good doctor. Please stay within the cafeteria. Let's talk to this Lorraine girl. Hey, guy. Have you seen Jose? I don't think so. I know, right? I haven't seen him in days. Dr. Phillip told me not to worry about it. He says I worry too much. But who am I supposed to play chess with? Donnie over there can't suss more than match 4. Jose sounds like quite a guy. What's he look like? Well, he's big, and he's got a big gold ring. The doctors let him keep it when he got there. Sometimes he lords it over us, but I'm sure if I had a ring like that, I would do the same. He says he won it playing for the Screamers in the Super Brawl years back. Urban Brawl, huh? That's a rough profession. Not too rough for Jose. He says he went whole sessions without any injuries. He was usually playing Outrider, though. Will you at least help me look for him? I have the key I swiped off the day guard, but they keep a close eye on us. You could have a peek in the infirmary and see if there's a record or something. He might just be in a cool-off room, and they won't tell me. I'll see if I can find something. No promises. Okay, I'll be right here if you do.